Back here in the kitchen, we're going to show you guys today how to make some pepperoni rolls or some spinach rolls. We're going to make both, so this way we can see how we can do that today. And we're going to start off with making dough. And the way we do that is we have to use a certain type of flour. Make sure we use high gluten flour, so this way we're able to stretch it better. So let's begin here. We're going to use our extra virgin olive oil. We're going to put it on a mixer here, and we're going to put about, let's see, that right there is about 2 ounces of extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to get a tablespoon, and we're going to put 1 tablespoon of salt and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Okay. Then we're going to put one pint of water, which was already measured. And we want to double up on the flour, so that would be 2 pints of flour, depending on how big you want to go with the dough. If it's 2 pints of water, there'll be 4, obviously, pints of flour. But we're going to make a small batch. And we're going to get all that flour in there. Okay. And now we're going to use just regular yeast that they sell at the store. Bread machine yeast is fine. And with this here, you just basically put about a half of a teaspoon of yeast. Throw that in there. And that's the mixture for the dough. Now the trick is to make sure that the dough gets spun on a very low speed. And it's going to mix for 10 minutes. So now once this dough mixes for 10 minutes, we make sure we proof it for 2 hours. And the word proofing means you just basically leaving it out at room temperature. And then put it in the refrigerator. Once the dough goes into the refrigerator, it stops from proofing. And so then the next day, or after the 2 hours, then the dough can be used. And this is the dough basically spinning. That's what it looks like in about 4 minutes in. So we got 6 more minutes to go. Okay, so this is the dough when it's ready after 10 minutes. Now it may be a little sticky, so we can always add a little flour to it. And just cut it basically in half, because we're making, depending on how big you want it, you can make it smaller. But this is perfect for what we're doing here. And so then you just basically, you're kneading it and you're tucking everything in the inside, and then you just begin to seal it, just like that. Make a little nipple there, make sure it's sealed. And it should look like that. We'll do the next one. We're tucking it in and just seal it. Okay, make sure it's nice and sealed. It's very important you seal it right. Otherwise, when it's stretching, you might have a hole in the middle. Okay, so then we put a little oil in these cans, or a plate or dish, or whatever you have at home. And basically just dip it on one end. Put it here. Okay, dip it on one end. Turn it over. And just kind of seal it. And we'll put a lid on it. And like I said earlier, we're gonna let it sit there for 2 hours. After 2 hours, the yeast will begin to ferment the dough and it'll be ready to use. So here's the next day. The dough should look like this. And nice and proofed. And then what we do is we just add a little flour to it. Easy to manage. And then when we begin to press on the dough, we have to make sure that we always press on the very edge. Almost never in the middle. Make sure that it has enough flour. You don't want to overdo it too much flour either. Okay. Now normally people go like this, and then they'll flip it over. Yeah, they'll play with it, however you want to do it. But basically it's very simple. Just go like this, and just take your time until it stretches all on its own. Very important that you keep your hands on the very edge. On the very edge. Sometimes it could be a little tricky. Just like that. Even if it takes a little longer, it's okay. And just keep your hands on the very edge. And what you'll see here, when you get it to the nice size, this should be about 16-inch pizza dough. And you place it on there. Okay, just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to cut it. And you can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. But we're going to cut it in 6. Just like that. Okay. Look like little pizzas with nothing on it. And then what we'll do is we'll get some pepperoni, some cheese. Okay. And we'll put some pepperoni on there. And you can put as many as you like. Okay. Just like that. Okay. We'll make some with spinach. Okay. Since everybody likes pepperoni, we'll do mostly pepperoni. Okay. And a little mozzarella. Now you can get fancy. You could actually take the spinach and saute it with a little garlic at first in a pan with a little salt and pepper, and then put it on the rolls. That'll come out even better and tastier. But this is just fine the way it is. Okay. Now we just turn it over one time, just like that. Flip that over and place it on there. Again, flip it one time. Tuck. Okay. And what we can do now, it'll be fine just the way it is. But if you want to get a little fancy, just put a little oil on it. Okay, just like that. The reason why we're putting a little oil on it is that because I like sesame seeds on it. And if you put oil, it sticks to it. Just like that. Okay. Now we want to make sure that the oven is at 500 degrees. So that's ready to go. And we'll put them right in the oven. We'll bake them a little bit. And that should be ready within 10 to 15 minutes. Normally it's 10 minutes. But what I like to do with those is I like to bake them for about maybe 6 minutes. And then just put the broiler on just to give it a little color on top. But you got to keep an eye on it. And that's basically it. And we'll show you as soon as they come out. Okay, looks like our rolls are ready. Okay, and there you are. Oh. Okay, so here we go. Nice pepperoni pinwheel. Beautiful. As you can see, the cheese, pepperoni. A little too hot, but I'm going to dip into it. The sesame seeds just brings it out even more. I feel like I just went to a pizzeria to go buy this fresh right out of the oven. Excellent. So, as you can see, it's nice color. You definitely want to try this one. I would offer you one, but you can make one. I just showed you how. Thanks for watching, and press like and tell your friends.